Hello, I'm here with Mark McKellar, a longtime franchisee with HomeVestors, the We Buy Ugly Houses company. Mark, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Michael. I've been a franchisee, like Michael said, for a long time, 23 years. My first one was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've had them in various markets since then.
Now, Mark, what does HomeVestors provide their franchisees that competitors don't?
There's really four categories of things. First, they have a marketing campaign, a marketing program to make our phone ring, my phone ring from sellers that need to sell houses quickly at a discount. It's better marketing than I could ever get outside of HomeVestors. The second thing is they have financing that's better than I could get outside the system. They have some tools, some IT tools that I can use that I can't get outside the system. And finally, they have a mentorship program where new franchisees learn the business in a local market from an existing franchisee there.
Now, how do HomeVestors franchisees get so many good deals?
Well, it really goes to the marketing that I mentioned. We have an in-house ad agency that handles all of our marketing, and you've seen it. We Buy Ugly Houses. We do TV, direct mail, billboards, social media, all kinds of things that I get calls from directly from sellers that I couldn't afford to do if I was on my own. Being part of HomeVestors allows me to capture phone calls from all that type of media. It's very refined because all of the buys that I make and all of the activity that I have, we feed that back into the parent advertising agency, and then they can refine the advertising based on things that happen in the field. It's a feedback mechanism you can't get if you're out there yourself as an independent.
That's great. And now, what type of prospective franchisees is HomeVestors looking for?
You know, people that are good with other people make good franchisees. You got to think about the fact that we're buying houses directly from sellers. We're doing that typically in the house because you got to see it. They called you because they have a house that they need to sell quickly, and so you need to go there. And you really need to help people with a tough problem. So if you're good with people and you want to serve people, that makes you a good candidate for this franchise. About half our people were existing real estate investors or in the real estate business already, and about half weren't. So it doesn't matter if you have any experience. You just have to be committed to serving people in the community.
And you mentioned buying homes. How do HomeVestors franchisees afford to buy houses?
We're fortunate to have 100% financing available to us for the purchase and the rehab of the houses, up to 100%, assuming that the house meets certain criteria. And that's better than I can get out on the street. So that's a big advantage for franchisees because, we buy a lot of houses and we hold a lot of rentals, and doing that thing requires capital.
With all these homes, there are a few markets with multiple franchisees in them. Why would somebody want to be in a market with another franchisee? Wouldn't they compete with each other?
Yeah, that's another great question. The way that HomeVestors brilliantly set this up was the advertising is collective in a market. So all the franchisees pool their resources, the money's spent collectively, and then the calls are rotated out based on how much each one spends, and they don't get the same leads. Everybody gets his own leads. So we don't see each other as competitors. In fact, we share a lot of resources. We do transaction back and forth with each other in the market we're in and also in other markets. So it makes this tremendous network of knowledge and cooperation that you just can't get outside HomeVestors.
And how do HomeVestors franchisees take advantage of the technology provided?
The advantage to the HomeVestors technology is that we're so big now that HomeVestors could afford to spend millions of dollars on developing a Salesforce-based customized program for managing our leads. All of our leads come into that. We manage the whole process. It allows you to do proper follow-up. It allows you to be able to keep track of what's going on in a calendar. And we also have a program that helps us valuate houses. It's on an iPad. You enter the information that you need to establish value, to establish repairs, and put a package together for a lender to be able to make a loan.
And lastly, is there anything else HomeVestors does to help its franchisees?
I think one of the things I just alluded to briefly earlier that's important is our development agent program, the mentorship program. That's where local franchisees who already know the market, who are already successful, who are already advertising, to generate leads there, take the new people under their wing and show them how the business works. And that's something you're just not going to get if you're outside HomeVestors. It's unique to our franchise.
Mark, this has been great. Thank you so much for your time.
You bet.